Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Seven of Swords. I feel like there is some criticism going on, right? I feel like you're the type of person that doesn't really, you try not to listen to what other people are saying, okay? I feel like there's somebody in your life right now, or maybe this is something coming from inside of us, that is kind of like telling us we can't do it, telling us we shouldn't do it. I feel like there's criticism coming from outside of you somewhere. Okay, and you know, if we're listening to that kind of negative energy often enough or long enough, we may tend to start believing it. Okay, so I feel like there's some element around you that we're really trying to, I think, change the dynamic or get away from it. Okay, this could be something coming from inside of us as well. This could be kind of the story that we're telling ourselves that was kind of written in our younger years, right? Childhood, young adulthood, where these stories get created, and then here we are as adults, and we're repeating these stories to ourselves, all right? So when we think of this, the internal critic, we have to ask ourselves, what are they saying, first of all, and whose voice are they using? Is it the voice of our parents or our caregivers or teachers or maybe even friends or something like this? Or is it the voice of, the world around us, things we see on TV or things that we read, or, who's sort of narrating the story in our life right now, okay? I think you're somebody that is trying to resist a certain amount of distractions and criticism, and you're trying to persist on your path. So you're walking on that Ace of Swords right there in the middle. But there is some element that's trying to pull you off, trying to throw you off balance. Okay, so as you are trying to go straight ahead toward your goals, there are these other little swords that keep poking at you. Okay, and I'm not sure yet if they're coming from outside or inside. It's probably a mixture of both. Yeah, we've got to put some context around this card. The next card we have is it's a Queen of Pentacles. It could be a Virgo person. It could be an older female energy in your life. Here we have a Three of Wands underneath. We have the High Priestess. We have a Four of Pentacles. We have a Seven of Wands now. So I feel like you're standing up against this energy, this critique, right? This maybe negative vibration, this sort of low energy, this distractions and the criticism. I feel like you're pushing through, okay? That you're not just going to passively sort of accept and listen and absorb that negative energy. I feel like you're standing up for yourself and you're saying this ends now, okay? Over here we have a Prince of Swords. We have a Six of Cups. We have the Star. And we've got the Lovers. Interesting. I feel like maybe this is a family member. Not sure if it's the older female. It kind of feels like there is an older female energy in your life. Or maybe it's the voice that we hear in our head is from an older female. And I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to deal with that energy so that we can pursue this goal. You've got some good stuff. You've got the High Priestess. You've got the Star card. You've got the Lovers card. So I feel like the path you're on is really meant for you. We have to get over this doubt. Okay, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end, okay? If at any point during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments. Now, as we look around the room, we do see our three major arcana energies, right? We see the High Priestess, which is leading you to your goal. This is the intuition. We know that the High Priestess is leading us to our best life. We know that the intuition will never steer us wrong, but nevertheless, the conscious mind is having doubts, okay? And that's, again, this might be because there is a particular energy coming from this older female, okay? I'm not sure who they are, and I don't know, maybe their concerns have to do with finances or something. Maybe the path that you're on, somebody's in your head saying, well, that's not going to make a lot of money, or you know, there are better ways. You should just get a regular job, you know, something like this, right? And, you know, I can hear my parents kind of saying the same thing. You know, you got to find a path that's going to make money, and you want to earn enough, and this sort of thing. But the fact that we have the Star card and the Lover's card, to me, seems like we are trying to reconcile something here. Okay, the Star card's in a weird position because this is the position of the difficulty. And I think the difficulty now is for you really believing like you can do this, that you are meant for this path, that this is your destiny to follow. We've trusted the intuition, but now we're in this place where we're just trying to kind of maintain and do the right thing here, but we're having this voice in our head, and it could be coming again from this older female energy, maybe a Virgo person. I feel as if this is maybe somebody who is still in your life, or this is somebody from your past, but you were still hearing their words. Does that make sense? Otherwise, we have fire, we've got water, we've got air, okay? And we have our earth energy up at the top. So it's fairly balanced in terms of the elements, okay? I do feel that this Queen of Pentacles is, well, this is that older female energy. And again, I don't know exactly who they are right now. I am getting I'm getting a G name for them, and I don't know if that's the first or last initial, or if it's meant to be kind of like a grandma or great-grandma or something like that. But I'm getting a G name for this person. But I feel that there is a distraction here in your life, and the queens of the tarot are always looking at the past, okay? So this could represent that other person, but it also represents sort of your retrospection, you know, kind of looking back at the past and wondering if everything that we've been through is worth it, right? Because again, we're having doubts. So we're looking at the long and winding road that we've had to travel to get where we are right now. And this card might be asking you, do you like who you are right now? Is this where you thought you would be? You know, we're sort of looking back at the High Priestess and thinking, you know, what was the reason why I had to go through all the twists and turns and all the ups and downs of life? Okay, so at any moment we can, and I think this card is here because we need to look back at our life and understand how every twist and turn, every up and down, was sort of divinely guided by your High Priestess. The High Priestess is the spiritual light, the guiding light coming from the star. Okay, essentially it's starlight. That's guiding your path. It's your intuition. And if we look back and we trace back all of the major twists and turns of life, I think you'll find that it seems as if there was a divine hand guiding you through. Okay? The person you are today, who you are, where you are, what you're doing right now, is a result of every thought, word, and deed from our past. Okay? And this is meant, I think, by Spirit to get you to recognize the High Priestess, recognize the divine influence that's been in your life for a long time. Recognize your divine uniqueness and your purpose, okay? To overcome the doubts or the voices from our past or the voices of like our parents or whoever, overcome that criticism, maybe it's the internal critic, to overcome that by looking at the past and recognizing how there's been a divine hand guiding me every step of the way. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to choose to continue following that divine, influence. I'm going to continue to follow my intuition Because there might be somebody in your life right now trying to tell you, well, you should do something different. Go that way. Stop doing what you're doing. It's ridiculous. You're not going to make any money. You're never going to make it big. It's never going to be successful, blah, 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 right? And I think that you're sort of at that turning point right now, well, where we are either going to abandon things or we're going to say, no, you know what? I believe in the divine energy in my life, and I'm going to continue to fight, and I'm going to continue to go forward. Okay? The Queen of Pentacles is usually at a turning point. Right now, looking at the past, seeing the divine influence that's been weaving the story of your life, and saying, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm turning toward the future now. It's that turning point where we're looking toward the future, and maybe we're thinking, you know what? This is meant for me. This is my destiny. I am inspired to live this path, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what doubts I have. I need to overcome those doubts. Okay? So that's what the Queen of Pentacles is doing. And there might be a conflict here because we do have the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is this card of virtue. What is the right thing to do? And you're somebody who, Taurus, you like to do the right thing. You have a noble character about you. Yeah. You do the right thing even when it's difficult. I think that there have been, or there is this impulse in you that kind of says, I need to do the right thing even if it feels like I'm sort of postponing my destiny. The way someone might give up on their dream because, well, I've got other responsibilities. And so there might be a conflict now between really this feeling like I got to follow the intuition, I've got to follow the High Priestess, and I know that the High Priestess will guide me toward this divine union that we see up here with the Lover's card. Whatever this path might be, maybe this is literally a romance or a soulmate kind of situation. Maybe this is a union with your true self. Maybe this is the culmination of this destiny, this path that you're on, and you sort of coming together with your goal, right? This is something that you're saying, heck yes, 1,000% to this. Right now, we're kind of in this doubt mode. And I wonder if what we're doing here is we're trying to overcome the doubt, and we're trying to sort of get right with our own moral compass and say, yeah, you know what? This is the important path for me. I need to say yes to this, even if it means that I have to step out of my comfort zone of the Four of Pentacles, because maybe this is, I have a job now that is stable and pays the bills and stuff, but I really want to follow my dream. So it means that I might have to step outside this comfort zone, might have to step out of the box a little bit, might have to put myself into a little bit of distress, a little bit of discomfort to really pursue that thing. Sometimes the High Priestess is going to drag us through the briar patch. So what we could do is we could take the easy road, play it safe, or we could continue to follow the High Priestess and take the more challenging road. Seven of Wands, challenge. Seven of Wands is valor, right? You know the right thing, and now you have the strength to do the right thing at any cost. Okay? Kind of saying, like, you love yourself enough, you believe in yourself enough that you're willing to fight for this dream, for this destiny. Okay? Sometimes the High Priestess is a card of dreams, yeah? And so I feel like on your path right now, you're sort of at that crossroads. You're at that turning point, where it's either I abandon the dream and I do the safe thing, or I commit 1,000% heck yes to that dream, and we start doing it. And it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a Seven of Wands. It's going to feel as if you are that little stick in the middle, and you're up against the consensus. You're up against like maybe the status quo. You're up against like the family stance on things, right? It's kind of a David and Goliath situation. And I think that if it's really your dream and it's really that intense, it's going to feel like a David and Goliath dynamic. Okay? If it were easy, it'd be the easy road, right? And it wouldn't be risky, it wouldn't be challenging, it wouldn't be outside the box, it wouldn't be uncomfortable, it'd be safe and sound. This card is all about safety, security, and stability. This is what we want in life. Of course, yeah, we all want that. At the same time, I want to pursue my dream. I want to step outside the box, and I want to be able to like really go for the gold here. I want to fulfill my potential. I don't want to waste it away just playing it safe all the time. I got to do the big thing. I got to take the big risk. Like we're going to say, okay, you know what, that's it. I'm going to take my resources, I'm going to pack my bags, I'm going to go follow my dream. Okay? So it could be, too, that you are sort of establishing a foundation. So maybe this is like, okay, I'm going to pursue my dream, but I want to have a little bit of money in the bank. I want to have a little bit of security to sort of fall back on. Or maybe this is like, oh, I'm going to get my education and make sure I have that sort of, something. And then I'm going to follow the dream. So maybe this is like, I've got a little bit of a safety net. A little bit of a safety net. Anytime we get a 4 in the tarot, we start looking for the 5. Because I think this is something that isn't going to sustain you. It's not going to bring you the joy and the pleasure that we really want out of life. This is safe and sound, but this kind of safety is illusory. It's impermanent. It's temporary. Okay? So we may think that we're playing it safe and life's going to be easier, but eventually there'll come a point where this is not going to be so easy. Whether spiritually, it's kind of saying like, the longer I wait to follow my dream, the more the more tension is going to be created inside of me. Okay, so we might end up just kind of sabotaging this. The unconscious might sabotage this so that you have no choice now but to follow the dream. It's kind of like if this isn't really what we want, our unconscious is sort of going to sabotage this and destroy it for us, right? So I think kind of what we're doing is we're trying to marry together our conscious and unconscious. It may be consciously what I want. Safety, security, stability. I just want a good job, simple life. I just want to kind of just do the normal thing. And that's, consciously that's what we're saying. But maybe unconsciously it's like, I know the right thing to do. I know what my intuition is telling me. I know what the high priestess is telling me. I know what I should be doing. Okay? So I feel like that's the reconciliation that we're sort of talking about. The way forward, of course, is going to be a challenge. Now, this is either the challenge that is very rewarding and is following your bliss, following your dream, living your destiny, come what may of it, or this is the challenge of forcing yourself to live a life that is not really meant for you, to live the safe and sound life in the comfort of the 4 of Pentacles. Okay? And so either way, life is going to be a challenge. Why not struggle doing what we love and going after our dream, chasing our dream, than just struggle to sort of fit in and be like everybody else? It's a struggle either way, right? So why not do the virtuous thing and struggle from your own integrity and struggle to be as authentic as possible? We got to write our own story, right? Authenticity. Is authorship, right? We're going to write our own story rather than just sort of plagiarizing from somebody else, plagiarizing from our past, or taking the advice of the world or of society as well. Like I should just get the normal job and just do the normal thing that everybody else is doing. Why not take a risk on what you know yourself to truly, truly be? Yeah. Anyway, Path of the Serpent. We're going to talk about these cards now. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. The readings are totally free. Okay. We start with the Prince of Swords. This is a fixed air energy. This is somebody that kind of feels to me like they're on the fence. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I follow my dream or should I play it safe? Should I listen to my instinct, listen to my gut, or should I just consciously try to do the safe and stable and secure thing? Okay, so it tells me that there's kind of a choice to be made. It is like a turning point for you. Okay. We need to believe in something regardless of this internal criticism. What I want to do now, because we have this 7 of Swords, is I want to do a Language of Flowers affirmation card. Because this has to end, okay? This internal critic, the criticism that is, I think, being brought upon outside of you, but then you're starting to really believe it. This is somebody or something that's trying to get you to abandon your dream. Do you understand? And I don't feel like we are, I don't feel like we're going to listen to that energy anymore. Here's your forget-me-not, remembrance. Memories and the past hold the key. Yes, exactly. That's a confirmation of what we were talking about with the Queen of Pentacles, looking at the past and seeing all the ways that your intuition has steered you towards something And the more we deny that, the more we ignore the intuition, the more challenging our life gets. The more we trust in the intuition, I feel like we're activating the wheel of fortune. We're activating the luck and the serendipity of the universe. Okay? So the past holds the key for you. It's important that you look back at your life and you see all the ways that the divine has guided you, all those major turning points of life. The major twists and turns, the major ups and downs have all been leading you somewhere. And I think it is time that we put an end to the doubt, an end to the criticism, and we go forward with love and confidence and union. We fix our mind. Fixed air energy, right? We fix our mind on this goal and we say, I'm not doubting ever again. I'm not going to listen to the haters. I'm not going to listen to the naysayers. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, come what may. Maybe we won't become the best in the world at it, but I'm going to do it because it's what I believe in. And I believe in me, right? And so the next card we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can be also a card of memory. Okay, it can be a card of kind of, happy memories, harmonious memories. It might be us, really kind of keeping in mind the way that the intuition tends to steer us in the right direction. I don't think our intuition will ever really steer us wrong. We may go through some difficult periods of time, through some thorns or some briar patches, right? But the High Priestess, the intuition, is always leading you to your best life, leading you to your Empress energy, in other words, leading you to the star. Okay? And when we feel we are harmonious in ourselves, we're going from a Seven of Swords to a Six of Cups. I think internally we're feeling the love and the beauty and the joy. This is a card of community. So this is a card of us finding connections outside of ourselves. If you don't find people that are supporting you, find some new people. If your people are Seven of Swords, those aren't your people. So this card is about finding connections, finding people that are going to support you in following your dream. You don't have to find people that are trying to follow the same dream as you, but follow people that are on the path. Okay, this could be saying that we need to choose new friends, we need to choose new family sometimes. Okay, I'm not telling you got to leave your friends or abandon your family or anything, but we need to find people that support us. And it's kind of like we are the company we keep. Now, Spirit's saying that you locked yourself out of the house or something, or the car recently, because Spirit's telling me, that there was a lockout or something. Yeah, that I don't know if you forgot your key or you locked the keys inside the thing, but you couldn't open the door. Yeah. You're becoming the architect of your own destiny, the author of your own story. And to do that, we need to surround ourselves with things that are conducive to that. You surround yourself with negative, low-vibe people or people that are criticizing you all the time, then you're going to start to believe that. It's going to seep into you, whether you know it or not. So what we do is we try to surround ourselves with people that are uplifting. We want to surround ourselves with people of very high vibrations. Yeah. Because we are the company we keep. And so it's very important right now that you have that support system, because you're going to be pursuing your dream. Okay? And it's going to take a lot of resources. It's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And we need to have the right support system activated for this. Okay? It could be that you're already on that path of following your dream. Maybe we haven't committed 1,000% yet. I think once we get the right support system, once we find that we're making connections with other people, like once you get into the industry, you're going to start making friends who are also in that sort of industry. Once you start pursuing spiritual subjects, guess what? You start making friends and acquaintances and networking with people, making associates, making, bonding with people that are also in the spiritual, on the spiritual quest, or in the spiritual sort of, zone, or on the path. Okay? And so it feels to me like your friends are changing, your family dynamics are changing, your connections are changing. It's almost like you're entering a different world. Okay? Now the next card is the Star card itself. That is the card of your destiny. That is your soul that is sending you the light. This is the lighthouse. This is the light beam coming off the lighthouse. This is the star. This is the starlight. Okay? And so this card, in the position of the difficulty, is sometimes difficult for us to navigate by starlight when there are too many clouds. So when we have a Seven of Swords, sometimes it's difficult for us to really receive the signal because there's too much going on in the mind. And again, maybe coming from outside, but then we start to sort of believe it and we start saying, well, yeah, maybe this is dumb. Maybe I really shouldn't do this. And so the more we sort of doubt ourselves and the more we get confused about our path, the more difficult it will be for us to really lock into this starlight and navigate by the starlight. Okay? You have 2 Aquarius references. Both of these are Aquarius cards. I'd watch the Aquarius reading if I were you. Now, do you have somebody staying with you in your house or something like this? I feel like you have a guest, or that there's you don't live alone right now. I think maybe you usually do, but there's somebody kind of new in your house or something like that. This could be the idea of fear as well, right? With the seven of wands, 7 of swords, it could be that we're sort of doubting our ability to get through the challenges. It's kind of like, that you feel like, you want to be a great, a musician, but it's just like the challenges of becoming that. It almost like the doubt kind of makes us say and think and feel like, I maybe could, but it's just going through that process. I don't feel like I can make it. I don't feel like I could do the work, and we need to get over that, because this star is not going to leave you alone. Your soul is going to continue to push through, and I think that what you're doing now is you're putting an end to all this negativity and all this doubt and all this criticism, and you're finding that direct connection to your star. I think your dreams are going to start getting more vivid. It's important that you write down your dreams. Start a dream journal if you don't have one yet. Okay? I think that that inner critic very often echoes the voices of our parents. We have to understand whose voice it is. It's not yours. It's not the voice of your star. Your star is speaking to you through dreams, signs, symbols, synchronicities, and maybe direct messages that are telling you to follow your dream. Okay? The critic who's telling you to not follow your dream, that is somebody else. That is not you, and that is not spirit. So how are we sabotaging things? By believing in that other voice, okay? Or even by just not being able to connect with the star. So there's a real message coming into your life right now, and I do feel like your dreams are going to they have been more vivid. You've been remembering your dreams more. You feel like you've been dreaming more, but the idea is just that they're coming through stronger. Definitely write those down, okay? And Spirit's saying something about chapstick. I don't know if you lost it or you need to buy another one, or my lips are a little chapped, but if you need some chapstick or something, I don't know why that's coming through. The Lover's card at the end is the union, okay? It's the reconciliation between conscious and unconscious aspects of yourself. It's the union between you and true self. This is also the decision, okay? This all comes down to us making that heck yes, 1,000% I'm in decision, whether it's a relationship, whether it's you're going to start your own YouTube channel, whether it's I'm going to start my own business, or I'm going to go after that big promotion, or I'm going to start taking jiu-jitsu classes, or whatever your goal is that you're having doubts about. This is your commitment 1,000%. Nothing's getting in between this and you, okay? So this is an inspiration. Something is inspiring you enough to say, I'm done with the doubt, I'm done with the criticism, I'm saying yes to this, and I'm going to take it as far as I can. I don't know that I'll be the best in the world, but I'm going to follow my dream, because what else is there? Okay? This is giving you direction in life. Yeah? And sometimes the safe life is maybe just a life that's doesn't really have a direction. It's safe, it's stable, it's secure, it is impermanent. And maybe this is really us, wanting to believe in our direction and wanting to follow our star, but there's doubts. There's criticism. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card. I want to see another star. I want to see maybe the Hierophant, your power card. I want to see the Empress. I want to see the Universe. I want to see some major arcana, basically, right? We could get some Pentacles, maybe. That would be helpful. Let's see what we've got. Oh, the Page of Cups. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the signs and symbols and synchronicities all around you. Don't listen to the doubt, the mental chatter, or the intellectual voices, the doubt. Don't listen to those voices. Listen to the images. Pay attention to the world around you. I think that you can, if you pay attention, you can find confirmation everywhere. Confirmation from the world around you. When you make a statement or you think a thought, and then you hear like someone honk their horn on the street or something, it's like, yep, that's it. Or you're walking and you're thinking about something, and then something falls from a tree right in front of your feet or something, like, or a bird like lands next to you or chirps at you, like that. Those little things. Okay, those little things. If we're stuck in our head, we're not going to see the magic in the mundane. We're not going to see the extra in the ordinary. Okay, pay attention to your dreams. This is the fish in the percolator. Pay attention to the fish in the percolator and realize that it's spirit trying to communicate with you. It's your star, it's your soul, it's your intuition, it's your unconscious trying to tell you, follow your dream. Follow your dream. Okay. So this is a wonderful confirmation card. This is telling me that even though this path is challenging and difficult, and it's taking us out of our comfort zone, it's taking us away from the relative safety of the Four of Pentacles, it's kind of fun. It feels good, right? And because this is a Page of Cups, this is like a Princess of Cups. This is somebody that's like, just is excited to be feeling these new feelings. It's excited about something. It feels good to be on this path. And I think that's a confirmation in and of itself. When you're following the right path, you can feel it. When you're following the wrong path, you can sort of feel that too. Okay? So pay attention to all of it. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Taurus Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.